What's going on, guys? We are back working on the 550, revisiting my no starting issue I thought I fixed. I should have known better by thinking you can't just fix something by replacing a fuse. A couple months ago I posted a video with this. I was having an issue of it not starting. I found out that the starter solenoid fuse was blown, so me not thinking like, why is that blown, I just thought, oh, it just needed a fuse, so let's put a new one in and call it good. But no, it worked for about 2 weeks, and then it started doing the no start again. I have power going into the fuse panel here, but there's supposed to be a fuse right here. That's where the starter solenoid is. What I am thinking is there's probably a cruddy or broken solder connection somewhere in this fuse panel that keeps making this fuse blow. So I'm taking a gamble here, and I got a new fuse panel. This one's refurbished. It's been gone through by this company right here. I have no affiliation with them. I don't really know much about them, but my plan is to pull this one out, put this one in, and cross my fingers that this was just the issue. So let's get this thing out. I'm definitely going to take a picture of this so I can make sure they go back in the correct ones. So I guess I'll just start unplugging these things. Get this panel off and disconnect it from the truck. I should probably disconnect the batteries. I'm working with electrical here, come on. Use my brain, Mikey. Power going in, I think. Wow, that was tight. This is the one that came off the truck, and this is my refurbished one. All the plugs in the back look the same. So one thing I did notice is the part number. It is the same, but right here at the end, how it says BD, but this one at the end says AB. I asked the guy, he said that these are the same apparently, that AB and BDs go together. So I guess I'm going to take his word for it. And so I'm also just going to kind of visualize, make sure that this fuse box has all the fuses and relays it needs that this one has. So I'm going to check make sure everything's the same, and if something's not, I'm going to swap it over. Alright, so upon inspection I have noticed that the reman one that I got has all of the fuses that the one that came out of the 550, and it does have a few extras here and there. I'm not sure if it means anything or really is going to make a big deal. So I guess what I'm going to end up doing is plugging everything in, putting the power wire back on, and hooking the batteries up and seeing if the truck will fire up. But it has all the right fuses and a few extras, I guess. So let's get this back in the truck. Alright, so all the clips are back in. I gotta put this power wire back on. I made sure to hear a click to make sure that they snapped in perfectly on all the connections. Or the connections are like idiot proof, I guess. They won't go in the wrong slot. They only go in one place. So let's get this thing back on, get the cover on, hook the batteries back up, and see if this thing's gonna start. on. So, moment of truth, let's fire this thing up to see if that fixed it. Alright. Contact, I'm about to hit the key. Wow. Are you serious? What the heck? Nothing. What the heck? Blew the 113 fuse again. So I guess I have now ruled out that the fuse panel was not the issue. This is frustrating. I'm gonna have to do some more research. And alright guys, I've done some research. Honestly, I should have done this in the first place. I should have tested the volts at the starter itself. This fuse panel did not work. This is the starter solenoid fuse, this one right here, and it's still good. There's nothing wrong with it. And when you turn the key, of course it's gonna start. Are you kidding me? This is frustrating. I didn't want it to start for you guys. Hold on. Alright, it just blew the fuse. See that? That fuse is blown. That fuse is good, and I would try to hit the key and the starter would click. It would just click. And there's 12.5 volts going down to it, and all the wiring is fine. I'm thinking it's the starter. This negative terminal is wedged up on that post right there. It's going to ground out regardless. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this positive terminal, and the wire coming down right here goes up to the battery and goes into the starter. So this is directly from the starter, directly from the battery to the starter. Right there. 12.48 volts. I just took my hand off it. I'm touching it again. 12.48 at the starter. Alright guys, I took the starter out of this truck, and I'm really happy I did, because if you look right there, right here, and all that, there is water in this starter. I mean, this thing just feels like it's loose too. It just feels like a piece of junk. Never ever buy auto part store starter. Literally either get a remanufactured factory OEM starter or go to your dealership and get an OEM starter. I know I've said in this video a bunch of times like, oh, this is definitely the issue, but after seeing all this water pouring out of this and the fact that there's 12.5 volts going to the starter, there's no doubt in my mind that this is the issue. So I'm going to replace this, and I'm going to go get a remanufactured Ford starter. Alright, so here we are back from the dealer. This is a remanufactured Ford OEM starter. It's been completely gone through. It looks the same as the other one, but hopefully this one's sealed up better and doesn't hold freaking water, obviously. So I'm gonna do I'll try to video me putting this back in, but it was pretty tight in there. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Hopefully I can get a good video for you guys installing this thing, but let's get this in the truck. Alright guys, moment of truth here. Batteries hooked up, new starters put in, all connections are on and tight. The only thing left to do is deal with this. Come on baby, last one I want to be putting in there. Fired up, no problem. That fuse is still good. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still good in there. I just shut it off. I want to try a couple times. Fire it up, no problem. Fuse is still good. Alright guys, I am pretty pumped. I just started the truck about 4 times, no issue at all. That fuse is still good. The new starter isn't clicking. I'm saying 99.9% positive that was the issue. There was water in that old starter. That's obviously going to make things arc. It's going to make things corrode. It's going to make things kind of act up. So I'm assuming it every now and then I try to start it and it would arc and then the fuse would blow. And I think that was the issue. But I'm going to drive this thing around, and in a couple weeks I'll throw up an update on my YouTube page to make sure that it's still good. But like I said, 99.5% positive that this thing's fixed. Fuse location 113. You were not the death of me. I figured you out. If you guys had any issues, I hope you watched this, and I hope this video helps you guys out. Or if you just watched it because you want to watch it, I appreciate that. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm enjoying working on my trucks and making videos of it, guys. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.